Hey everyone, so a lot of information came out today and I had a different video I had planned to release, but this came out, so we're gonna talk about this. And yeah, I think we should get right into it because it's a lot of changes for season 8 that I personally am looking very much towards, because I know you guys know I'm feeling them Doomfist changes. So yeah, let's get right into it, because some of you think that my videos are a bit too long, specifically my character philosophy videos. So I'm gonna shorten things down, right, besides this part right now. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing on the list is, they say on the dev blog that we're making a general change to the amount of ult charge retained when swapping heroes, reducing it from 25 to 15%. We do like that this mechanic removes the friction when swapping heroes, and think that it should still add 15. However, there is a perception that it's almost always an advantage to counter swap upon dying, and we're lowering this value to see if it has an effect on swap rates. Yeah, that's fair. The whole swapping thing and withholding your ult charge, there's I don't really know what the solution for that is, right? I don't think it should be 0, right? But I also don't think that it is necessarily fair when you go into a fight and let's say enemy goes in as, I don't know, let's say I'm playing Doomfist and then the enemy goes in as who do I like to play Doomfist against? Ramatra, right? And then I kill the Ramatra, then they come back as Orisa, and now I have to go back and change when I die, but they already have like the ult charge. But like there's things like that, so I end up losing more. But I don't really know if there's a solution to this really, because that's just kind of what they created by going to 5v5, right? There's this whole rock paper scissors thing that wasn't really there before, at least to this degree. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is. Let's see if this works. It doesn't look like they know what the solution is either, because they said that they're just gonna throw it out there to see what happens. And I don't even know how much of an effect in the game this has, because I think eventually it probably does like even out. So and again, it seems like it's what they're saying right here. They just lowered it just to see what happens. so it must not be that consequential. So yeah. The next thing on the list was, they say, we released a reworked Roadhog late in Season 7. Roadhog quickly became one of our top performing tanks, with a win rate somewhere around 54%. There's been a lot of feedback around his kit, but we're going to hold off from making any changes at the start of Season 8. Mauga has a lot of answers to Roadhog, and we'd like to see where the meta settles a bit before aiming at the mid-season patch for any balance adjustments. Also, pretty sound, straightforward thing. I'm surprised Roadhog is that good. 54% is actually really high. Normally, they like to be around 50% when balancing a character. So 54% is pretty high. I wonder how much of that is attributed to just a ton of people putting in the work to learn Roadhog, because he's like the shiny new toy, because he's had the rework. So yeah, and waiting for Mauga to see where things go. Again, this is the problem with the pseudo rock paper scissors thing. I'm not gonna say hard counters, because you can always kind of eventually outskill somebody's advantage against your character. But this is, we'll see if Mauga ends up being part of the in the chain of the rock paper scissors thing, where he has the advantage against Roadhog. Because I could imagine, right, you could run in front of a Roadhog and he can't hook you, so you're kind of just a big meat shield because you can't be hooked. On top of that, if you are hooked as Mauga, I don't really think that's something a Roadhog would want to do, right? Because he's so big, you can just use both of your guns on him at the same time, and he has no real mitigating. He has nothing to really do against that. So I don't think it'll be good for him. So yeah, we'll see. As they say, you just gotta let things play out and see how it goes. Yes, and now for the big one, what I was most excited for, the Doomfist buff. So what they say is, there are times when Doomfist players use his ultimate purely as an escape. It's a little disappointing to activate Meteor Strike and intentionally land on a health pack rather than enemy players. Starting in Season 8, Doomfist will now regenerate 75 health per second while in the air. We're slightly increasing the cost of the ult in order to compensate for the buff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have seen my Doomfist philosophy video, this doubles down on what I said, what his ult was entirely meant to do, right? All his other stats or all his other traits are already very solid and I think very powerful if you know how to play him. Most people don't know how to play him. That's why most people think he sucks. But his things, his equipment, what he has is very powerful. That's why his ultimate sucks, right? His ultimate is just a way for him to continue being that powerful, because he's only powerful for like let's say a brief amount of time, and then he has to like run away, and then he has to go in, be very powerful again, and then he has to run away. With this, with the way his ultimate's supposed to work, at least in my opinion, is it just kind of lets you maintain it, right? So let's say I jump in, I seismic slam, and then I punch somebody, and then I put up my guard, and then I get my punch, my empowered punch back immediately. I punch a group of people, and then my slam is back. I could slam again, and now I have my ultimate. I go in the sky, wait for my cooldowns to come back down, go back into the fight, and then I have an empowered punch again, so I empower punch another 2 people. I get to slam again. I put up my block again. I get another empower punch, and I can hit multiple people again. That's generally the combo I do when I'm really trying to like go in and like get like a crazy amount of damage or kills. And it works. If you do it right, you're gonna kill like 3 people. So it's just to help you maintain his normal state. His ultimate is not, I don't think it's meant to kill people unless you're like, it's something that can kill people, but I don't think it was made to kill people. I think it's just there to help you keep being good, like keep maintaining your high level of consistent play. And that's only if you're good at playing him. So, you know, the compensation for this is wait, I didn't even talk about the upgrade. So yeah, healing 75 is just, he's always gonna come back down now full health. Right, he's gonna come back full health, not just full health, but he also gains a lot of shield when he hits somebody. So he's just gonna come back full health with shield, and it's just gonna be a big survival, a big selfish survival ultimate he has to just maintain himself. Because I don't know anybody who heals that much. 75 HP a second is, I don't know, I think only Roadhog heals faster than that. Let me think. I don't know, maybe if Junker Queen stacks a bunch of stuff, she can heal herself, but that wouldn't count, right? I'm thinking single target healing. Yeah, I don't know anybody who heals that much besides Roadhog. So yeah, this is, I like this a lot, and they're compensating this by, you know, making it harder to get his ultimate. As you guys know, you guys have seen my videos and the things I've said, I get my ultimate maybe once every single fight, or like at least once every other fight I have my ultimate. That's how fast it comes in. I get my ult at least 7 times in a game, or let's say at least 5 times in a game, but several times. So I don't think it's gonna be, I think the benefit way, you know, surpasses the cost for how long it's gonna take to get the ult. So next is it was Ramatra, right? So what they say is tanks are supposed to take and create space, and when Ramatra is in his base form, he can be a little too easy to ignore. That's 100% true. So we're going to shift 100 of his health to armor, as well as slightly increase the size and damage of his projectiles to see if it helps. Okay, I guess Ramatra's cool, right? I don't play him. Right, I want to learn to play him, but I don't, because I think I already have a good rotation of characters I play, and I don't really know who he counters besides maybe a Reinhardt. But against a Reinhardt, I just go Doomfist, so there is no need for him. And I kind of, here's a little secret about me, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of choose the characters I play by how awesome their skins are, or just kind of like their flavor, right? So I like playing Reinhardt because he's a dude with a giant hammer. I liked Doomfist because it's a dude with a giant fist. I like Genji because he's just a ninja. I like Ilari because she's from Peru. My wife is from Peru. so that's how I choose the characters I play. I actually hate playing as Zarya. I find it really boring. But I don't even think I play characters who use guns, right? I don't think I play a character that uses guns like that. And I'm not even like against guns or anything. It's just I don't know. I like the fantasy qualities of Overwatch. Now, when I do play competitive and I don't have a choice because I'm trying to win, I would switch out to, you know, maybe Diva. I don't like playing Diva that much either. Maybe Diva And Orisa, do I consider that a gun? I guess, but she shoots out like plasma shots. Whatever. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. I also like Echo for the same reason. So yeah, anyways, Ramatra's okay, that's cool. I don't know why you would play Ramatra if you could just play, I don't know, what's his name, Sigma. Anyways, so, but yeah, he's a cool character, but I don't really know much about him like that. The next one is also a pretty big one, and a character I love. Not that I really play with him. I used to, but I don't know. I just have. Ever since the one tank versus one tank, I just have a rotation I go through, so I don't really explore that much with other tanks. But anyways, the next one is Winston, and it says, Winston isn't the best matchup for other tanks. This is part of his kit, but the disadvantage feels too extreme, and we'd like to alleviate it a bit. In Season 8, Winston's Tesla cannon will now ignore armor's damage reduction. And I think this is big. I think this is a really big deal. Yeah, it makes sense to me, right? Electricity and armor, you know, maybe it could just go through the armor, especially if the armor is like metal or something. So that makes sense, right? It'll help him with other non-tank characters, right? Like Brig and who else has armor? That what's his name? Bastion. But no, Bastion's just always gonna just wreck his face in. So yeah. Well, the other characters, like I think Torbjorn has armor, maybe. So it'll help him with those two characters, Brig and Torb, and whoever else I'm forgetting. But you know, why doesn't Zenyatta have armor? he's literally made of metal. I don't know. But okay, that's cool. I'm glad for Winston. Winston is one of those characters like Reinhardt. Whenever they're part of the meta, you know, it's just good for everybody. So you know, buff him, make him more valuable. Don't break him. So you know, it's pretty fine with that. Next is moving on to a few of the changes to our DPS heroes. Let's start with Sombra. She's had a lot of moving parts recently, and we feel like she is in a much better spot. I agree with this. Her win rate hovers between 54 and 48% depending upon rank. However, her ultimate still isn't as satisfying as it could be, so we're going to raise the ability lockout time of her EMP from 1.5 to 3 seconds. I am perfectly okay with this, and reduce the amount of damage it does from 30% to 25% of maximum health. This brings her ultimate more in line with her hero fantasy. Oh, the hero fantasy, okay. I say flavor because I play Magic the Gathering, so it's like flavor text, so I guess they say hero fantasy. Okay, and is much sharper in its effect. I'm perfectly down with this. I kind of just started playing Sombra. I guess she uses a gun. I guess I play her, but I just like her hacking thing. So yeah, I think this is fine. Actually didn't even know that her ultimate did 30% of everybody's HP, because I thought it was just a really weak kind of throwaway thing that would tell the team, hey, I'm about to do it, so get your stuff ready. And it was I think it was a bad ult. I think the previous version of her ult was bad. I think the big positive of her ult before was locking people out of their abilities. So I think it should be. I think making people lose their abilities for 3 seconds is fine when it's coming from an ultimate, as opposed to like how she had it before, where, you know, she just had it every like 3 seconds. So I think this is fine. I think this is good for Sombra. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not like too annoying, but it's just the ultimate, and she doesn't build her ultimate that fast anyways. I guess that's debatable, but yeah, I think this is fine. So next we have Soldier 76, and it says Soldier 76 has enjoyed a lot of success in Season 7. Oh, okay, I didn't even know that. I think he's fine, but okay. He's a really well-rounded DPS, and the self-sustain from his heal can make him really difficult to deal with while he's in its radius. I guess that's kind of true. Rather than reducing the effectiveness of the heal, we'd rather open up a larger windows of opportunity by increasing the cooldown from 15 to 18 seconds. I don't think it was that bad that they needed to do this, so I don't know what the numbers are or how they came up with that, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, this seems a little unnecessary, but Soldier is good, right? He's good because he's just kind of simple, right? He's just, he's just Call of Duty with some self-heal and some decent mobility. He's like the Mario of Super Smash Bros. Yeah, he's like he's just kind of the overall, you like shooters, like just play this guy and you'll be perfectly fine, right? So yeah, not that complicated, very straightforward. So yeah, next is, I think, Tracer. Does anyone remember how much damage Tracer's pulse pistol do? I wouldn't blame you if you don't. We've changed them a lot. If you guessed 5.5 damage per shot, you'd be right, but not for long, because we're changing them again, back to 6. The previous change to 5.5 was made to offset a bug with their fall off and spread. What was the bug? Oh. Now that those bugs are fixed, we're moving them back to their previous value. I don't think this is going to help Tracer. The reason I don't think this is going to help Tracer is for a ton of reasons. A ton of reasons that'll annoy me if I get into it, but let me get into it a little bit. Tracer isn't that good right now, in my opinion, because Tracer is a high skill character that doesn't get rewarded for that high skill, right? There's so many other characters you can play as much as Tracer and just get more value out of them with like less skill, right? She just doesn't. Yeah, the amount of effort you need to put in to be good with Tracer is just ridiculous compared to a lot of other characters, right? I'd rather go, I don't know, I'd rather go Sombra, right? I'd rather go Junkrat. I'd rather go Mei. like even if you're like, why even flank anymore, right? If flanking is kind of silly right now because the support characters are so strong, right? You have Tracer trying to flank in the back, and she's fighting people that can do just as much damage as she can, but can heal themselves. so that's the problem with Tracer. It's like really hard to play with her, and everybody she's essentially designed to go after is stronger than her. Like if they have a Brig in the background, then you can't kill anybody. If they have a Ilaria in the background with her healing pylon, you can't kill anybody. If they have, what's his name, Lifeweaver, he just kind of goes up and you can't kill anybody. Kiriko just escapes, like she can't do anything. When I could just go Junkrat and just spam, just YOLO for like 15 seconds, just straight non-stop shots, and then somebody's gonna walk into it. Okay, and the last one I believe is Brig, and what did they say? Yeah, so they said Brig was the best performing support hero since the last patch. Duh. And we are seeing your feedback that she's becoming a must pick. We're going to revert the damage on whip shot to try to bring her back in line. I think that's a good decision. Brig does everything. She's like a mini tank, a support that essentially heals as far as you can really see, and she does a ton of damage. Even if you don't play her correctly, right? Where you're so technically at higher levels, you're supposed to kind of play kind of in the back, but still kind of affecting the front. Even if you play her bad, where you're just playing her in the front like a Reinhardt, she's still very effective. And they also say, we're also looking at the damage potential of Baptiste, and we'll be lowering his primary fire ammo from 45 to 36. Okay, Baptiste is very high skill ceiling. I would give him that. Baptiste is a very, very difficult character to play correctly, like at a very high level, mainly because even if you know what you have to do, it's just very, very freaking hard to do it. Switching in between healing and attacking and immortality fields and the self AoE heal thing. I think he's very difficult to play at a very high level, to the point where he might, I don't want to say he's the best character in the game, but he can out damage many DPS characters and out heal many support characters. And he has the immortality field, which is also just a very, very powerful hacks utility item. So yeah, that somebody needs to look at Baptiste. But then again, it's only really at the very high skill ceilings that, not even very high, just at a high skill ceiling or even a decent skill ceiling, let's say, just say high skill ceiling, where he just does everything besides tank. So yeah. The last thing they talk about is kind of how they're trying to approach people leaving a game. This has never bothered me at all. I don't want to talk about that because I'm not really interested in it, but also it never really bothered me, right? When people leave, I don't know, a lot of times they also just suck and they just get frustrated, or they're toxic. So yeah, there's never really been a problem for me, so whatever. Anyways, these changes, I like it. I like a lot of these changes, or maybe I'm just being blindsided by being happy that Doomfist is getting a buff, but yeah, really nice. I like it. I like this. So yeah, leave a message in the comment section for the algorithm, like and subscribe, and also don't forget, I love you. And the video I was gonna post today, I might post tomorrow, and then the one I was gonna make and post tomorrow, I might do it Saturday. But from what I'm seeing, nobody really watches videos over the weekend like that, especially Friday nights. Nobody watches anything, which makes sense, right? But Sundays was horrible. That Anna video I posted, I worked so hard on, nobody watched it. But it was Thanksgiving weekend, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to still figure out how I'm releasing videos and stuff. So yeah, I've been going into the office a lot more now too, so that's why my videos are coming out around this time, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So I kind of make them when I get home and then post it. So yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.